Hello YouTube, Jared here, and today I am doing another Jared Talks video. And this time I've kind of structured what I want to talk about. And of course you can see I want to talk about gaming and health. And the first thing in gaming, I just want to say 2025 was a great year of gaming for me, especially at the end. And the end was due to um, the the paladin in D4. Uh, um, we could just put it down here. The D4 paladin, the D4. We could just say D4's paladin is a banger. He's still a banger, yeah. I know he's getting a little bit nerfs and stuff. I'm just trying to but that came out. I forget the exact time, but I know it was before Christmas because I was enjoying it. You know, when you pre-order, you get access to the Paladin, and oh my goodness, I know that just ties into. Um, um, First, let me just tell you about me. I'm 37 years old, and I'm teaching English in South Korea. I'm married to a South Korean woman, and yeah, I've been over here 10 years since 2016 to 2026. And yeah, I need to go back and visit my family. Isn't that crazy? But we do have a family chat, so I will go visit them soon. But yeah, that's just a little preset of me. And my degree was in interculture studies. It was not some kind of like science or anything, but I did work as a TA for a science professor, and it was really fun to see. I got to work with some of his PhD things. So he was doing his name is Dr. Heisey in Lee University. He was doing raccoons DNA. He had to take hundreds and I don't know thousands of like catches of these raccoons and then gets their DNA, and like he did this research about um, yeah, it's really complicated. I can't explain it. So yeah. Yeah, my major was in the religion department, and I had a TESOL minor and a biblical language minor. I took 1 year, 2 years, no, no, 2 years of Greek and 1 year of Hebrew or something. I think, or maybe one of each. 1 year Hebrew, 1 year of Greek. I'm not sure, but yeah, it was a lot. I think I took more Greek than Hebrew. Reading the ancient Bible in its original form was really cool, and like how loose the translations go is really cool. And by the way, I am a Christian. That's another preset, and I do like Trump. That's another one. So yeah, that out of the way. Um, I just want to. I made my YouTube like I decided I would start making these talk videos because there's a lot of things in my heart I just need to get out, and to look back on my video is also a cool thing. Like as an archive, I guess I could recall it to like it's kind of like a personal archive. Maybe I should rename my thing. But yeah, I think I will recall it to like a personal archive. It's like a library of my thoughts, because sometimes you just can't capture what you're thinking. And videos are the best way. But anyway, back to the main point of today. Um, I want to talk about gaming and health in general, and I guess a little bit of East versus West too, because that's kind of like in this. It's kind of in the East versus the West. And by the way, the East should be coming first because theoretically, most people in the world were in the East and then they migrated to the West. There was a lot less people in America, you know what I mean? But you know what I'm saying. We're not going to go off topics. So yeah, I would just want to talk about in general this 2025. The gaming at the end was really good because D4's Paladin came out. I really liked it. It was so good. I just want to glaze them a little bit. I was not expecting such a banger class. And you know, I was a barbarian main, but when that paladin came out, it was like something just clicked. I guess it's because I'm a Christian or something. Maybe the holy light really hit me. I was like, thank God, there's a Christian in this Diablo game. This is so funny, right? I actually really think Diablo is really good. Like, it makes when you focus on something that is like evil, you're natural. It's like a pink elephant. You're naturally bringing up the topic of Jesus without even saying it. So I actually think, and Diablo can implicitly teach people about God through teaching them about demons. I know that sounds weird, but it's like if you're playing Fortnite, you're not gonna see the topic of Diablo or Satan come up. You know what I mean? It's not a big deal. But when, for me, like I like Diablo. People think, oh, don't play that game. That's anti-Christian. It's actually not true. You're a holy light fighting these demons. It's really cool. But anyway, I love the Paladin. I'm just gonna keep going. I don't want to make this super long video. Um, so and then another banger was Bungie's Renegades. Um, Renegades DLC was a banger, and I am a huge Star Wars fan. There's a preface. I don't know how to say it. There's a what is the word to say about? I have like a I don't even know. I have a huge. I'm a huge Star Wars fan. I saw most of all of them in the theaters, besides the original first few came out because I wasn't even born then. Huge, oh my god, huge Star Wars fan. And sorry guys, when I'm making these videos, I'm not really acting normal, so I can't really think clearly. But yeah, that I really love the lightsaber, and I thought it was gonna be cheesy like gameplay, but they have this little mechanic where if you hit 3 light attacks and then do a heavy attack, you get a free big. He jumps up in the air and does this cool spin like a little Yoda, like. And I was like, wow. I mean, it does get old over time, and we're gonna get into like the downsides of what's going on. But I just want to start off on a positive energy note, and also, oh yeah, preference. Pre. I want to talk about game devs first and give you a little. I'm not a game dev at all. I wish I was. I really do. But I'm not gonna say I take back everything I learned. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna take back what I got in interculture studies and my TESOL and biblical language minor. I'm proud of what I have. You know what I mean? I'm not. But I'm just saying, like, if I was gonna keep going education, I would really like to work in game development, because coding, you know, if you can make the game that you want, which I want to talk about too, if I can fit it in here, a game that I would personally want to make because nobody's making it. And I'm just getting so bunny rabbit trail. This is insane. How many things I want to talk about. But I'm going to save that bunny trail down here. We'll talk here. The game I want. I don't want to just spoil it, but I'm just going to go ahead and spoil it. A remake. Not like a remake. How do you call it? I think remake and remasters are totally different, right? Yeah, so I do want a remake. I don't want a remaster at all. A remake of UWO, which is Uncharted Waters Online. It's a sailing. They have 3 things in that game. They have trade, plus combat, plus adventure. And that's like the holy trinity. And it's a MMORPG made by Koei Temco. Yeah. This is my favorite this is my favorite MMO because I didn't get a chance to play. I know this is really sounds sad, but I never got a chance to play WoW. When it came out, I think it came out before I was in college, but like I didn't have any time to play any of it. But I know my friends were playing it. I could see it, and I didn't even have a PC that could like run it because I was always busy. I couldn't play it, but and I still can't play it now because I don't have a PC. My PC that I had, it broke. So yeah, but yeah, I know WoW is good, but it's just I'm not really caught into the graphics of the game, even though it's just as good as Uncharted Waters. If you play Uncharted Waters online, it's not that great. And just so, I'm just gonna go ahead and spell this out because people are gonna be, what the heck is UW? Because there is an Uncharted Waters Origins, which is in the App Store, like on iOS and Google, and that's a mobile game, and it's totally not the same as Uncharted Waters Online. I don't know why I had this like desire to sail and play games like for sailing and naval combat. I don't know why. Somebody in my ancestors must did it because I love sailing and naval combat. I don't know why. And the funny thing is, I don't like island culture. I went to Guam. I don't like everything is so expensive and it's just so like sometimes I just get so annoyed of like the beach culture. Like I like to be inland. Um, I'm like I don't like beach island culture. Like I'm not trying to say anything bad against it. I'm just saying like I like to be on a mainland. That's just my comfort. But yeah. So going back, the the end of the year was a great for me. The Renegades, I loved it. The lightsaber was so good, and the reflecting. Oh my goodness! Literally, you can make a build. You can just literally hold down block the whole time with these Titan gauntlets called strongholds, and you can do it a pretty good amount with the other classes too. Like it's not like you definitely need strongholds to make it, but like you get all the upgraded your lightsaber, and it's so good. So yeah, I've been glazing these, and we'll talk about grinding gear games. Um, Let me just give you a little history. PoE 1, I tried it, and I just didn't get into it. I think for me, even the graphics are not that bad. I never really played PoE 1 that much. I mean, I still could, but it's like I would be doing it to prove to the community that I played it, and I don't feel like I have to prove anything. I just don't want to play it, and I'm just gonna leave it there. I just don't want to play it, and I don't care. So yeah, and I'm not saying anything bad against PoE 1. I have a lot of huge respect for it, and I also want to say that how in the world Blizzard does a double class reveal and they're coming out with the Warden. I'm just wowed. Like, I can't believe they come out with two classes at once like that. That's insane. I know they are coming out later in the year, but yeah. So, I need to carry on this video when you get this over with, but I want to talk about the game devs and how we should just be more respectful um, um, to the devs themselves. Oh shoot, to the dev team, and because they take orders from bosses, from managers, and we can't blame the bosses and managers because they take orders, and those people take orders, and it basically comes down to the chain of command of CEOs. And if we're gonna blame people, Bungie is under Sony now. Bungie is not autonomous. They can't do everything. Everybody's wanting D3. So there's a huge topic of D3 right now, and this fans want D3 and not Marathon. And here's a question that we all want to ask. Who asked for Marathon? And I think most Bungie fans are going to say nobody. And I wouldn't disagree with them. But if they just made it out of the blue, it would seem weird. But if you look at the history, they're actually remaking the original marathon that they made. It would be like they're going even before Halo, I believe it was made. So it's like paying homage. Um it's like you made Super Mario and you're like, we need to update this Super Mario to the recent times. And that's exactly what they're doing with Marathon. They're putting a extraction shooter spin on it. I think that I do not. I'm gonna be honest to you. I'm gonna be honest to you. I do not like the. I don't know why it always does that. I do not like the art style. The the very contrasted colors. Art style isn't one word. I'm learning every day. I think of Marathon, and everybody says it's going to be dead on arrival. I do think that they listened to the community. They did adjust things, but I think that Sony. We have to. I just want to say this. We have to blame Sony for this garbage because they're the ones pushing Bungie to release this shit. And I'm sorry I'm even cursing, but Sony is to blame for marathons. If marathon fails, it's not Bungie's fault, okay? Because Sony is telling Bungie to do go push it at this limit, and like if Bungie stops, you know, Sony's gonna get mad. Sony's like the fact that the fact. Here's another thing of mismanaging like funds. If Sony bought Bungie for 3 billion, three, not billion, I'm sorry, million, was it billion? No, I need to get my numbers right for this video, but Sony bought Bungie. You guys know the price, but the price is right, the way they bought it. The thing is, I think Sony definitely was stupid to buy it for that much money. Number one, Sony was dumb to buy that. Number two, they're just looking at Bungie always now with that lens of, hey, please get that money back that we paid to you. And it's like, it's in a context of greed, this whole situation. That like Bungie needs to be a workhorse for Sony to produce all of this money. And that situation is not going to profit. It's like they're just looking at Bungie like, hey, get that marathon out so we can get some more money. And Sony is being very greedy lately. And look at all Sony's games lately, how much failure they are. And like nobody wants to play Sony games anymore. Like I love Ghost of Tsushima, but when Ghost of Yotei came out, I don't want to play a female role. I don't want to play that girl. Like I know that, times are changing and we need to have DEI and have a mixed of different cultures. And I was in culture studies. So, this is coming from somebody who likes diversity and stuff and I think it's equality. But like this situation is like a forced down your throat DEI, like a forced diversity. And nobody, as you can see, this trends, it's just not really helpful. And even Sony is coming out with this new game, the Horizons Hunting Gatherers or something, and it has a bunch of. I'm just so tired. Even High Guard, all this drama around High Guard, people are burnt out on games where you cannot create your own character, and that's what I want to get to. When you're making a game, when you're making a game, always have custom character um, creation, because it's going to make you feel genuine. Um, and you get into situations where they're like, oh, you don't have voice acting for this. And like, who cares? I would rather not have voice acting and just have a text image coming up versus like, and they have like grunts, female and male grunts, like, oh, whatever. But like, you don't need to center your whole game around somebody is talking. Like, in matter of fact, most people, even I play Honkai Star Rail, I just skip it. I don't even want to hear it. But like, that's just a different perspective. I know I'm going off topic again. And I was also going to say let's just talk about a little bit of downfall of grinding gear. As you know, like they come out these 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4. The current is 0.4, right? So everything was a banger up until 0.4 for me, because all updates were bangers until 0.4, the Druid release. That's 0.4. 0.04. I don't even care. The Druid release. And the thing was, he looks so cool, the Druid. It looks almost like you're looking at a melee warrior character. And I was like, oh, this is going to be really fun. I can become the wolf, and you can do that. But just long story short, I didn't like it. Okay? I didn't like the Druid. And some people love it, though. So, like, it's just my personal thing. It is a mixed reviewed league. So, for me, I was one of those people where, like, I want to play Diablo instead, right? I was like, I don't get, and I'm one of those people that agree you should be able to play any game, and you don't have to choose sides. Like, oh, I'm a D4 team, I'm on a PoE 2 team. Like, that's like kindergartners, bro. Like, we're not kindergarten. You can play both games and be, you can be aware of both parties and still respect each other. You don't have to like go on online rants and fight each other on Reddit or something about this game's better than this because of this. Like, that's crazy, dude. Let's have peace in gaming. So, and also, you know, like PoE just came out with a video about talking about the character development of like how the characters have physics and moving, and talking about how hard it is to swap all of the I can't even think of the what your character's wearing, all of the what is it called? My brain is just dead. I'm trying to think of another word. That's the problem. I'm trying to think of what that he was doing. But it's about how hard it is to. It's essentially because PoE 2 has a totally different. It's because you can take the pants off in PoE 2, and you have a top and bottom, whereas PoE 1, a lot of the armor as a cosmetic. I was looking for the word cosmetic. The cosmetics were like a one piece kind of thing, and they have to like. Let's say you put a one piece thing from PoE 1, and then you want to take off your pants in PoE 2. They essentially have to remake every single cosmetic in PoE 1, which just tells you that they need help, because there's a lot of work to do for their cosmetics to bring all PoE 1's cosmetics to PoE 2. I think that they promised too much there. I think that that's a little bit a lot, but I know people want to have that. But if I was them, I wouldn't have made that promise. But I want to say I personally like D4's cosmetics, but I'm sure PoE 1 has a lot more that are just as cool as Diablo's. I've only bought one cosmetic in D4. It was that for the Barbarian. he looks like a samurai. He has like that demon mask on, like he has like white hair coming out the back and the horns, like a samurai mask. It's like a samurai set. But yeah, and I currently don't like any of the paladin sets on D4. I think that just the regular armor looks just as good. But anyway, guys, so yeah, I want to just say, like, when we're talking about games, being respect to just thinking about being in the dev's shoes instead of just saying it's bad, and giving an example what is bad. And then so grinding gear games, it felt short for me from recently. I just want to say that I know I love the game. As you know, my YouTube videos, I make these videos are just like whatever the mission that the quest says. What's so funny? I made originally these videos for myself, because when you make multiple characters, you have to go do each step, and sometimes like the step is so annoying. I'm like, what do I need to do? So I like to just look at the video and see what step I'm at. And I made a videos. I never told people, but they're a reference for myself when I'm making another character. You have to go through the whole campaign again, which was one of Grinding Gear Games' fault, that the game felt like a slog. So they added sprinting, which I don't think solved any problems. I think that when you're turning with the sprinting, it's not as quick. And the thing is, for me, like, here's the problem with D4, PoE 2 with me right now. It's in between trying to be what No Rest for the Wicked and D4 is. To me, PoE 2, it's like they're trying to do Souls-like. They're trying to do Souls-like with the parrying and like the meaningful combat, plus blasting, which we could just reference D4. D4 is known for blasting, okay? And I wanted to talk about this because as a gamer, I like blasting. I like to see big numbers. I like to see, oh, I just hit 1 billion damage. That feels good to me. And I'm just going to say it. PoE 2 doesn't, I don't get those when you get those no. What is it called? I keep thinking of these words, I forget. It's not endorphin. What is that? You know what I'm talking about. That I'm not getting those highs of like, wow, this feels really good. A goosebump feels, like, ooh. And I'm gonna be honest, when I played Star Wars Destiny, I got that goosebump feeling when I was like, when can I get my lightsaber? So, yeah, there's so many things to talk about. This is like a freaking scrambled egg video. I'm sorry, guys. I haven't even talked about the health yet. So, but PoE 2, what I really want to say about PoE 2, that I really want them to add. So, I'm just going to say GGG. Please add character gender selector. I know it's going to be a lot of work, but for the future of PoE 2, I just think that if they're trying to make this game that's going to be the game, like they're saying they're going to be, I actually think Diablo D5 will come out before the Path of Exile 3. and will possibly destroy PoE 2. And here's why. I think that D4, this might sound crazy, but I actually think that they listen to the community a lot more than PoE 2. And I know PoE 2 listens, but they have this, as you know, Jonathan has this vision. And I'm not trying to blame Jonathan. Everybody should, like, you can't just bend down to all people's what they want. But it's like the nerds in the game are blasting, and all of the regular casuals like me. I mean, I wouldn't consider myself, I'm like a casual plus, but I am a casual to PoE 2. I don't really play it that much. I play when there's a new, like, a story and there's a new class to try, and then after that, I'm pretty much like done. Because I'm just not having fun. And I really like ARPGs, but, you know, it's kind of like whatever. You know, I'm not like a big I don't want to sit there and parry a little thrall, you know what I mean? Like, if it's not meaningful combat, sometimes I don't want meaningful combat. Is my point. I just want to be able to blast. I'm more of a blaster. Like, I just want to go in there, AoE the whole screen, and be done. You know what I mean? So, and also the damage numbers and PoE, it's something's not, I know it's not cluttery, but like, I don't feel like I'm doing damage. Like, I just feel really weak all the time. And I feel like, isn't the point of a game to make you feel powerful and like you're moving up? Sometimes I feel like in PoE 2, I'm like in like a hell prison, and I'm just trying to survive like a survivor. And I'm like, oh god, I'm almost gonna die. I gotta run over here to survive because I'm gonna get killed. I'm gonna get one hit by this gorilla. And I know they did fix the quad gorilla. Like, he just one shot me. I had like maxed armor. I had like the suit, the best resistances ever. Like, you just get one shot by a quadrilla. But they fixed it. But still, and then they put it back. I don't know. I haven't played it since the Druid came out. I haven't even played the whole time. And you know what I'm personally waiting for? I'm waiting for a sword. And everybody in the comments can agree with me. Give us swords, please. I already know that they're going to give us swords, so I'm not going to say that. But please add a character gender selector. That's my biggest complaint for GGG. This is my my biggest complaint of PoE 2 is, like, in D4 I can pick, I want to play a girl, I want to play a guy, and normally I want to play a guy. So I feel like it's a forced, like, I know this sounds bad, but I feel like it's like a DEI, like, kind of like thing where, like, a woke thing coming, like, we have to have girls too in this game. But here's another thing. If you have a gender selector, it's actually even better for the game, because girls can now play a female warrior. Girls can play a female monk. Why not? I think that it makes the game so much better. But that's just my opinion, and I know it's going to take a lot of work for them to fix it. And they can't really do that. And that's another thing. They keep putting themselves on this, like, pressure schedule. I also want to just say, GGG, please slow down and fix the game. And I just mean, like, seriously, just focus on what you have and stop trying to focus on the future. Focus on what we have versus the future updates. Like, they keep adding things, and of course we need to add swords, and we need to add more classes, of course, but it's almost like there's these problems that are in the background. And, like, I feel like in the very beginning of PoE, when it first launched, it was smoother somehow, and then it's getting, like, worse. But that's just me. I just feel like I'm playing on a PS5, by the way, which is I like the PS5, but it's not like the best top-end machine in the world. It's definitely, since the RAM prices are, it's good for consumers now, but not in Korea because they're like $900 over here somehow. But anyway, guys, I'm gonna move on from this GGG topic, and then we can talk a little bit about, I guess, well, next we have Bungie. Bungie, there's just so many things that need to happen, and it's like miracles, but it's all Sony's fault. Sony needs to hire more workers for Bungie. They need to, because the thing is, I don't know if Sony is like how much Bungie has a freedom to like hire developers, but it seems like you can't make money when you don't have money. Sony needs, and it is, Sony can't manage its own money. That's the problem right now. Like, Sony's investing in all these things and they can't even invest. They're losing money a lot. Someone needs to manage finances at Sony and Bungie, because where all this money go? Where is all this? I can't even speak English. Where is all of this money going? These millions of dollars. Is this greed? Are people just like taking the money and then leaving the company? Is that it? Because I actually do not know where the money is. Because if Sony paid all this money to Bungie to buy Bungie, didn't Bungie get that money, or did somebody at Bungie take all the money away? Because and also I wanted to talk about D3 and D3. I just want to say right now, as of now, graphics will not improve until technology improves. And basically what we're talking about is this whole rendering thing, where your game can run, let's just say like 8K at 120, like until we can get 8K 120 FPS, you know, like stable. The thing is it's not ready. And the thing is, the graphics themselves, it's the engine, the Tiger engine, has cheaters, right? Because everybody's cheating, and that's another reason why I don't want to play Destiny, because every time I log into a match, they allow, even the PS5, I don't know, but there's so much cheating, and not just any game. This is a global problem right now. This is another big topic. Cheating in the world right now is gone so far that there has to be some kind of legal battle to get it out, because like these people that have accessibility issues that are saying, oh, they need it, they just need to just get the heck out, man. Like, any kind of device you're plugging in, like especially PC players, like the whole battle eye thing that Bungie has to detect them, it's just not working. Like, and the problem is, when they ban players make another account that is like in a family account of Steam, or like they do something to get back into the game and they start cheating again. And it's like a never-ending stop of just, you can't remove the problem. And nobody knows the solution, but it's a huge problem. And hopefully the problem can be solved through some technology development. But anyway, guys, I don't even care about Marathon's launch. I'm not excited. And by the way, I'm like a Destiny 1 fan. We had Xbox. I played Halo 1. I remember going into Best Buy with my dad and seeing the Halo there, and it was like $59.99, which was like $1 million to me at the time when I was a little kid. But I worked with him doing constructions on like the weekends and stuff to like make extra money. And then yeah, I bought it. We bought the. I think we had the we got Halo, and then there was like sometimes they cursed in Halo and I got in trouble. And I'm like, oh shoot, because it was rated M. But yeah, I love Bungie. But the problem is all those people that made Halo are not even working at Bungie anymore. I think maybe there's, I don't know, I'm not sure. But Sony needs to let make Bungie like Sony needs to support Bungie. They need to make Sony needs to support Bungie and make them healthy again. Right now Bungie is sick. They lost developers. There's not enough there's not enough people. There's not enough money. Everything's running out. And especially in a time when RAM, just think about the RAM prices. Like, you know how much equipment dev teams need to have in order to run servers and like in order to run things. You know how much like this RAM issue is causing so much problems on all tech industry altogether. Like, it's a big problem. It's like a chain reaction. So yes, let's just end it here about Sony and Bungie. And yeah, as far as D4, I'm really hoping that the thing is, I can't really complain too much about D4 because like D4 knows what they're doing. They know what kind of genre they want to be. They are a blasting genre where you see big numbers, and they what the problem is, these war plans that they're adding, it's like recycled content, which is cool. I like Bungie's interactive map, and apparently we're going to get more of the map. I mean Blizzard's D4's interactive map. I would ask for like just more. I mean, I can't just sit here and say more endgame because I actually don't even know what I want for the endgame. But from right now, I'm not some kind of D4 glazer. I'm not saying it. And then I do stop playing it. I'm not playing it today. I do get bored of it. Once my character is maxed out, I don't feel the need to keep making multiple characters and keep trying different builds. I don't really feel that need. I just make one build and I'm just like done. And I play other games. But I guess we're going to move on to the topic of... I just want to say one more thing about PoE 2. I just feel like disconnected in the world. I don't feel social. Like the only social time I feel is with trading, is going to somebody else's thing, and then I don't feel. Whereas in like DG this is asking too much. I'm asking them to make PoE 3. Please make an interactive map. I would like to see a place, because like these acts are so ancient. I don't really like the acts. Some people like it, but I don't. I like Bungie's. I mean, I keep saying Bungie. I like Diablo's open world like map where you can go, and then when you go there, you see people. Now it's all like fractured instances. Like it's not everybody in the world. Everybody has their own like server, but like it feels so good, even though I'm not in a group. That feeling of seeing a bunch of people there at the blacksmith, that feeling of riding your horse to go fight the world boss. I guess we need world boss. We need world bosses to kill. We need raids to do. Um, but you know what? I don't even like doing raids. Like I would say like a some kind of challenging like a map to do. I guess you could do it in a map, but it's just like matchmaking. I don't know. Some you know what? I also GGG. I want a campaign skip. I'm on the group that wants a campaign skip because we had the ultimate freedom to do what we want. I know that sounds so bad, but this is for multiple characters. Let's just say it activates. I'm not even gonna say it. Like, let's say you do in the league, you do the first character, and then you got to do it again. Like, let's just say you can just skip to the other character, and then you go to like this. They have like that's the problem why they have a problem. You're stuck because there's no open world to farm. You literally have to do the story to farm, and that's the problem with it. I guess they can make the end game be open for like level 1 players so that they can just go in and start leveling up. Um, uh, make the end game available for level 1 players. Now you go into the end game, you can immediately skip the campaign. I know that people might think that would ruin the game, but it would make it better because if you just focus on the campaign only, you're pretty much. That's why there's no end game. So yeah, I know this is a long rant. For the health, I was just gonna say, I sleep on the floor. Because in Asia, a lot of people don't use beds; they sleep on the floor, and actually been doing it for 10 years. Will improve your your spinal health, your back health, um, your spine, your bones are gonna feel better. It's gonna start to hurt in the beginning. Takes a good year to get used to, but it's gonna hurt the first year, man. Sleeping on the floor is gonna feel weird. Um, and your diet, I'm trying a pescatarian diet. If you, it's only you can't eat any pork. I'm not Jewish or anything, but like you can't eat any chicken, you can't eat any beef, nothing, no turkey. You can only have seafood only as a meat. But of course, you can have fruits and vegetables, anything you want. And for exercise, I think that you should run. You should start out running at least 2 kilometers, which is like almost, isn't it like a mile and a half or something? It's just 1.5 miles. I don't think so. That's not right. I don't know. I'm dumb. And then I would just push yourself into where you can start running you can start running at 3 kilometers, which I'm gonna do. Yesterday I did it. I'm not trying to flex or anything, but like as you get older, you need to manage your weight. It's for your weight management, managing extra fat, because we need fat to have energy. We need energy to live. I would just say running is probably one of the best exercises for your heart, and definitely if you overrun in marathons and stuff, it can actually be really bad for your health because you're damaging your like your leg tissues, and like you can get in trouble running too much, but you're not going to get in too bad of a shape. People might say, "Oh, I don't feel good. It hurts." It's going to hurt in the very beginning. Even I took a little break, and when you go back into it, it starts to hurt. But when you start doing it more daily, you just start, it doesn't hurt anymore. Anyway, guys, I think I'm going to end the video here. Please let me know. We had so many topics. And by the way, why I'm doing this is to fight cancer, because I don't have cancer, but I'm just saying, like, in case you're cautious of it, eating a lot of meats can have cancerous things in them. It's even proven in science. So it does help prevent cancer, which is a lot of leading causes of death right now nowadays is cancer. And so it does not prevent cancer, it just helps prevent it. But yeah, I think that, the beautiful little baby chickens, it's just so sad that we all just look and eat so much meat. And I'm part Cherokee blood. I think I have like a love for the animals, but and people, of course. But I just feel really bad a lot of times. Even the pigs, like, they're so cute, like the little baby pigs and stuff. It's just so bad that we eat so much meat. And even some of Hindu people, they think that the cow is sacred because it just gives only thing good. It gives you cheese, it gives you milk, gives you butter. Like, what else do you want from it? You know what I mean? Like, why do we have to kill it and take its meat as well? But yeah, I think America, I'm not trying to blame America. I'm just like, it's all America's fault. Like, the whole world needs to consume less meat. And I think that we've made these facilities. There's no more natural, like, living chickens in the world. It's like the only kind of chickens that are living are the ones that are about to be dead. And it's just so sad that we're just manufacturing chickens and cows so we can kill them and eat them. And then, like, a lot of these foods and the inbreeding is the problem. But we're not going to get into that now. Just try not to eat so much meat, and you're going to feel a lot better. And when you run, your mental health is going to be insane. You get that runner's high. Oh, dopamine was what I was thinking. Dopamine hit. When I'm playing GGG, I'm missing that dopamine hit. That dopamine hit. That's what I meant to say earlier. Like, I don't get that when I'm playing Path of Exile. I don't feel like, oh, I got that dopamine hit. Like, that feels so good. But I did get that dopamine hit when it first came out, of course. Everything when you get when it first comes out. Some games that I haven't mentioned here that I have been playing is Age of the Empires 4, AoE 4. Just put me stop capitalizing it. AoE 4. I really like it. I'm playing on PS5 as well. But I will say this, that there is a controller problem. Controller needs to be remapped for L2, R2, and you should remap them to L1. You remap L2, of course, to L1 and R2 to R1. You can do that in the accessibilities. Basically, you can put your villagers on like this auto mode, and some of the people are saying never do that, but like you can do it, and in order to do it, you have to access the menu. It doesn't work somehow, so I hope they fix it, because if like you hold it, there's like a delay. It works. You can make it work, but there's like a huge delay. I don't know what is wrong with it. Maybe I need to get a new PS5 controller, but they're expensive right now. So, yeah. And I do have some stick drift that I've been. And if you do have stick drift, what you can do is you buy a can of air pressure, compressed air, I mean, and you push down on the joystick and then spray it in there, and normally that will solve temporarily a little bit of problems. I didn't get to talk about the game that I want. Yeah, is a remake of Uncharted Waters Online. That's just basically what I would like. Yeah. with higher graphics, of course. And I've been playing AoE4, and also, as you see, I've been playing Skull and Bones. And this is just like a chill game because it just helps me get that feeling, that dopamine hit of sailing in the ocean and just like sinking another ship. I don't really like Sea of Thieves because it feels like a pirate simulator, not a pirate combat game. I just the combat is not. They're totally different games, and I'm not disrespecting that game, but yeah, um, I definitely. And by the way, I have been drinking coffee, but in the morning, drink some water before you drink coffee because you will get a headache or get a headache. And I'm not trying to tell you you're going to get a headache. It's just possible. Possibly. That will help you a lot. What is the word? Why would it let me spell drink like that? But yeah, I know this video was really scatterbrained. Um, Personally, I still love Bungie. I'm not going to blame Bungie for any problems right now. Like in the D3 things, like I totally blame Sony for this because, and I know that Sony, it looks like a good thing that they gave him all that money. It's also maybe Bungie's fault of mismanaging some of that money. I don't know what happened to it. Um, I know developers need a lot of money to work, and if you don't have money, you can't work. What I do know about, I want to talk a little bit about the East and the West. Speaking of like Ghost of Yote, people think that these games are going to be like $200 million to make and they're so expensive, when in reality, they can be like the cost of the game in the East is really a lot cheaper than the West. And the West it has a lot of bloat, and it all comes down to the education. There's just a lot more smarter devs in the East, which means there's a lot more competition, which means that the prices the devs will say, okay, well then I'll work there for 85,000 a year, and then the other devs say, okay, well I'll do it for 80 a year, and then the other devs say, okay, I'll do it for 75, and it's almost like a bidding. It's like a dev bidding team, like, and then you get all these devs working over there so cheap, and then over in the West. So a lot of devs from the East go to the West because they make tons more money. It's more like, okay, there's all the job spots are taking in the East, you know, for the good money, and then the rest is left for the scraps, because the East is just producing like intellectuals like crazy. That's what I'm saying about American education. We need to have more American devs and stop having this woke DEI crap in our games. Like, anyway, I know I'm ranting a little bit, but if you go woke, you go broke. And I'm not trying to say anything against gays or anything. I'm not trying to say any of that's wrong. As a Christian, I think it's not good. But you know, you can't like guys. We're just seeing all these trans shootings. Guys cannot have children. They cannot get pregnant, and it's a scientific fact. So they need to stop pretending that they can be girls, because the definition of a woman, in my opinion, is not just having a vagina. It's also the ability to have a birth, which is impossible for a man biologically. And even Darwin, he could not figure out the biological development of the human eye and how the human eye can be developed with I mean, I'm going off topic, but you know what I'm saying. Like, God made it. You know, at the end of the day, it's God's world, and we should just respect it. But I hope this was a good topic. And I don't even know what I'm going to play now. This is the last day of the vacation, and I think for me, I might try a little bit of Age of the Empires. I might do a little Skull and Bones. I I don't even have Diablo or Path of Exile downloaded right now because I'm just kind of taking a break from them. But I want to talk about ARPGs really quickly because there's good news. Um, we're going to get Last Epoch plus No Rest for the Wicked. Plus, and I'm supposed to be the one to teach English. I can't do anything. Plus, what's the other game? Hades 2, if you're interested. Plus the what's the other one? There's so many ARPGs coming to PS5. I'm getting it's that one where you're like in the ancient, it has like a Roman theme. What is it? Like man, I can't think. You guys know what I'm talking about. Plus, you know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Ukwita. I'm just gonna make up a new one. Ukwita. You know what I'm talking about. I mean, this could be a Y instead of a U. Yeah. You guys know what I'm talking about. Yeah, we're getting a lot to PS5. Some of these games are already out, but as you know, I'm like a PS5 game. I'm a Sony pony, okay? And I'm proud Sony pony. But you know, I really don't like paying $79.99 for a year of PlayStation Plus. But right now, that's a lot cheaper than me buying a PC. I could literally buy, if you're in America right now and you're having problems getting a gaming device, I totally recommend just get a PS5, and that will save you, even with the PS Plus subscription, from building a PC that the PS5 is capable of doing. Like you're way better off getting a PS5 versus building your own PC, because right now with the RAM price, it's looking bad. But we already talked about that. So anyway, guys, I just want to say at the end of the day, I really love GGG. I love Bungie. I love Blizzard. I love Diablo. I don't play WoW, unfortunately. I really love sailing. I really want Uncharted Waters Online to be a remake of it. I don't mind gacha too much. I play a free to play some Honkai Star Rail, HSR, totally free to play. I don't. There's a few times I bought the battle pass, but that was a long time ago. I have not bought anything from that game. Max I spent is $40, because I think I bought one time. I was trying to get Blade or something, and I spent some money, but like, yeah, at the max I spent is $40 in that game. Trust. But anyway, guys, hope you have a wonderful day. Hope you stay healthy. Hope you try a new diet if you want. Hope you go for some exercise. Hope you have a wonderful 2026. I hope GGG does well. I wish best for their dev team. I hope they hire more people. I hope Bungie hires more people. I hope Sony helps them instead of trying to make them produce money, and like just let Bungie relax. And I really think that if D3 is going to be a thing, that we as a community, we don't even know what we want from D3, and we're just demanding it. That's the funny thing. We're like, give us D3. And the thing is, are we going to get better graphics in D3? Do you think so? I think that D2 is already so good in its graphics, right? It's so hard to make a game that's more graphical right now. So I think that D3 should come, but Bungie is smart. They're not going to just make it until it's needed. But I actually am not sure they can actually make it, because they need more people to make it while they maintain the current D2. And some people say, oh, the argument, let's just throw D2 in the trash and then just focus on Marathon. That would be even worse situation. That would be like a situation where everybody leaves, like OpenAI, nobody wants to play Marathon anymore because they neglected D2. But anyway, I love I love Sony and I love Bungie. I hope the best that they learn from their mistakes, and I hope that I want to leave on a positive note. Hope Marathon does a great job. I'm not an extraction shooter person. I personally will not probably buy it. I think Sony made another mistake by making Marathon be paid. It should have been totally free to play. And I don't understand why the game companies, do not follow Path of Exile's um, strategy for games. Marathon should have been free, but it should have been coming out as a beta, just like Path of Exile. And then they should have had supporter packs, just like Path of Exile. So if you're making a game, always make a beta first and then have supporter packs, because you don't want to get in that situation where it just happened to Ashes of Creation, and then you promise all this money that you're going to do these things, and the game is not even available. Like they should have made that game available on PS5, PC. They should have had a base game running, and then they should have added to the development, but they just kept trying to aim so high of like doing a full release and everything's like tested and done, and then the guy who's owning it doesn't even know how to run a business. I mean, he knows, but he just doesn't know how to develop an actual game, which we have to give kudos to Jonathan, because he actually he actually is a dev. You know what I mean? Anyway, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope you enjoyed this long rant video. For the one person that has probably watched it, which is probably like my family member and myself, have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you later.